Hey everybody, welcome to First Attack. It's a joint episode, as you can see. My name is Ultra David, here's James.
How's everybody going?
Today we have an episode that's been in the waiting for a little while. Something that people have wanted us to do since it very first happened. But we had, a sabbatical at the end of 2013, right. And then we had a couple of other things to deal with at the start of this year. But here we are. It's going to be Gandhi versus FSP. That's the match that we'll be analyzing today.
Right. Well, this was from DreamHack, right? Last year. And this match gained huge notoriety because, for those of you who are uninitiated, it was just, we're going to play the match full from start to end at first, right, just so you can enjoy it a little bit and also enjoy the commentary from F-Word and who's the other one?
And Logan Sama. Yeah, I thought those guys did a really, really good job, actually. I really liked them.
They did a really good job with that. And so, but, a lot of people may not have seen this match yet. And so I want to make sure they get a chance to see it kind of in its entirety before we start picking it apart.
Yeah. So it's a, spoiler alert, it's a guy who is playing against another guy, and one of them is just kind of random and is just doing stuff, and the other one is like an actual tournament player who has done well at other things, but just didn't know how to handle this particular kind of craziness.
Yeah, and you'll hear the commentators say this in the match, that it's a super important skill to have to learn to beat these. Because the random player is the worst kind of random. He's not truly random. Like, he sort of kind of knows a little bit like he's close, uppercut,
Sure.
And that's the worst kind of random. If it was truly random, it wouldn't be as bad, but this is a little bit like the worst kind of random. So
when you watch it, it's kind of funny, but don't just think about that. Don't just think about the fact that it's kind of amusing. You also have to pay attention to what we're going to be talking about. That is to say, how to recognize when somebody is playing this random or unorthodox style, depending. They can both be pretty screwy. And then what to do about it. How to approach the situation once you realize that your opponent is like that. And we'll see FSP sort of come to grips with that, sort of lose it.
Yeah. One of the important things about watching this match this first time as we watch it, like, put yourself in the position of FSP.
Yeah.
And you can kind of get the same feeling it is, how frustrating it is to fight this guy, and think about what you might have done differently to solve the problem while it's happening. So
that's right.
Let's just go ahead and go in here.
All right, so I guess we'll be silent while this is going on so that you all can hear the actual commentary and see what's going on.
Yep, here we go.
Be back in a bit.
Yeah, I know. You guys are like feeling all emotional. Voice is so smooth. I was gonna go on X Factor, but I thought, that's not fair. Like guys like James Arthur and that, they need a chance,
I have a mute button for you now. It's not. I don't even have to turn a knob. It's one button press and you're done.
Hey James, I didn't realize you.
See, he's gone. That's a wrap.
Oh god.
Wow.
Yo, who's this guy?
Maybe it wasn't Gandhi that I saw on stream.
I think they got the names wrong, James. Wow, this guy is completely random and absolutely kicking FSP's ass. Oh my goodness, what is... Nice.
Oops, hang on a second. Let's go back for a second. But what are people saying? That it's stuttering right now?
It's buffering. Yeah, I heard that Twitch was having a lot of issues earlier today. Somebody was saying that Twitch was down for a little bit. I don't know if maybe that's what's going on.
How is it looking for... does it look fine for him? I guess people can try using high quality instead of source quality again.
Yeah, we've heard that helps.
So try that again. We're going to go back to the match here. I'll rewind it a little bit, and then we'll keep going. So here we go. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go.
Maybe it wasn't Gandhi that I saw on stream.
I think they got the names wrong, James. Wow, this guy is completely random and absolutely kicking FSP's ass. Oh my goodness, what is... Nice. Don't ultra. Good. Super. What the... What is this?
This relentless rush down pressure, you can't deal with it. And the psychic sorry.
The best hit confirm show you've ever seen.
Oh, goes to EX just to make sure.
What is... Wait. The whiff jump into the crossface fireball. What the sweet?
FSP is completely... I want to say mind effed right now. Oh!
I can't
He
breathe.
beats the dive kick out with a crouching light punch. Oh, wake up the X Fireball.
This Ryu is insane.
Come on.
What? FSP needs to stop trying to play a reactive game and just play a reactive game against this kind of player. Oh, goodness.
Oh,
Ah,
please
there you go.
no.
Please
Please
don't tell me you
no.
did this. Why did he put? Oh, good grief, jump.
Oh,
Oh, wow. What?
No.
Why is that working?
Oh, my lord.
Oh, that's fantastic. This is brilliant. This is so entertaining. Why can't we get more players like this winning?
No!
Psychic. Okay.
Just wait. And just be
wait, just
sensible.
react.
Look, there you go.
Don't go for tight links against this guy. Psychic through. Oh my goodness.
Just empty jump and let him reversal, please. Oh,
What on earth? Come on, FSB. Just hold down back and relax. Relax. Oh my goodness. Amazing psychic play there from Gandhi. No meter here for Rufus. You can sweep that. Wow. Still in it. Okay, good block. And he's starting to adjust now to Gandhi's style. Fantastic first game though,
style,
Gandhi.
is that what you'd call it?
Thank you so much for that, Gandhi. You made my day. Oh man, that was brilliant.
Just want to say, I love how F-Word sounds like he thinks that it's all turned around now.
Oh, what a read!
Actually, Gandhi's the bottom player, right?
He doesn't throw, so just relax.
He's the
He's
bottom
not done a single throw. There you go. FSP starting to realize what he's up against now.
No anti,
Starting to block the jump market crouch from him. Oh man. No, James, can we get? You gotta get a different game on after this one.
please.
There's only so much our lovely stream monsters can endure.
I feel like that guy on Boomerang we were watching last night.
That guy got fired on the spot.
Oh my goodness, this is fabulous.
Nice.
Air to air.
This reminds me of that guy you get in an arcade, jump back in. What on earth? Crouch?
I would not be doing this. I wouldn't even be doing 2-frame links against this guy. I just.
Why is this so close? Why can't he anti-air?
Oh, stop it!
Oh goodness me.
Anti-air,
No,
man.
You can
come
punish
on.
the sweep, man.
He's like he's in bits mentally. Like,
He's gonna lose this round.
just oh my god. Just anti-air, man. You know what? We're laughing, but this is one of the most important things you need to learn if you want to play this game competitively.
I'm sorry.
How to deal with these sort of players, like because you can really lose your cool.
I shouldn't even be laughing. This is so bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, stop trying to re-jump.
Except my. Hold on. He can actually win this. Oh my god, he can
He's
win.
at match point right now. He's at match point right now.
Oh
Ultra!
my god, FSP, man, please. Oh my goodness. Oh god, he's getting him with a jump. The throw. Ultra. There you
Yes.
go. There you go.
Come on. Now don't try and do anything too tricksy.
good,
Just
he's
bait the DP.
He's done
Yeah,
DP.
just wait.
He did
He's not
DP.
going to throw you. Just wait. You could just hold down back.
He's so scared. Look, he's walking back. Logan.
Hey!
There you go. An anti-air. Come on. Come on, FSP.
Come on, man.
He's not used to be fair to FSP, it's not him I'm laughing at. Not at all. Let's get that clear. I'm not laughing at anyone, actually. But what he's saying is he's not used to playing offline. And this is one thing a lot of online players need to realize.
It's really important to learn that skill as well. Like
That's a skill in itself. Playing offline with a live crowd making noise is a lot more pressurizing than playing at home with your in your bedroom in your boxer shorts. You know, he hasn't got hardly any links. He's really feeling the pressure here. I hope he
The
doesn't
thing is
lose.
as well, like this guy is mashing DP for
my
his
goodness.
life in between everything. So he's trying to just play
my-
properly. He's trying to play properly against this guy, and it's not the way to go.
Look, and he could lose. He could actually lose. Oh my god, Ultra!
That would have been Ultra, but he doesn't know about that.
Oh my goodness.
Bait the deep.
Oh my goodness. Gandhi.
So
I think we should take a moment
so do I.
and look back again at
That match.
how
All right.
I think that's a good idea.
I think that is a good
I
idea.
think we should
Worst
take a
geef
moment
ever.
and go back. Yes. Shout out once
yeah.
again to Worst Geef Ever. He's that's James Bardolph who's streaming this part of the Arms House group.
That is correct. Yeah. And again, F Word and Logan Sama doing a good job. I mean, they did essentially what I would have done, which is at first to make fun of the situation, and then to realize that it's not just something to make fun of. It's a good learning opportunity too.
Yeah. And again, you heard Logan Sama say it that, you know, this is a skill, learning how to beat this kind of player. And so what we're going to do now is go through this match little by little and just kind of pick out, like, everyone's going to run into this situation as they are trying to learn Street Fighter. You're going to get to this level where you're decent enough at the game, and then you're going to run into this random guy and he's going to blow you up. It's going to happen to everybody. It happens all the time. So
Sure.
we're going to talk about a little bit how to mitigate that, you know.
Yeah. So just to kind of broadly draw up what we're going to talk about, okay? So first is going to be talking about how to recognize that your opponent is this kind of player. And by the way, I don't want to just say scrub. I don't want to say random necessarily.
Yeah.
It's just something that you're not expecting. You have to learn how to recognize that. And random is one kind, and scrub is one kind. But it's a more overarching problem than that. Okay, it's coming up against stuff that you haven't seen, that you don't expect, that you don't think is good, and learning how to deal with that. Once you have identified that, then the question is, what do you do to deal with it? What are your tools in order to deal with a player who plays like that? It's not the same tool set that you would use if you were playing against somebody else, and that is the value of coming to a quick conclusion as to what kind of player you're playing against, because a high level player oftentimes has these different sets of tools in their mind, and they come to an idea as to which tool set they should draw stuff from, right? Like, you're not going to play against Infiltration the same way that you play against, I don't know, me or Gandhi, right? These are three totally different players.
Right.
And you have to know. You have to have different things already planned out.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot which commentator said it, but, you know, they were saying that, I think it was F Word who was saying that FSP was trying to play the guy too much like he was playing a regular match.
Right.
You know, and, yeah, a lot of the times you really have to just take huge chunks of your game, even if they're right. So a lot of people were saying FSP is a bad Rufus, right? But that's not even necessarily true.
Not at all.
He was playing Rufus the way you're supposed to play Rufus. The problem is when you play against someone who's not playing Ryu the way you're supposed to play Ryu, it shuts down a lot of that option. So, yeah, you really do have to play Rufus incorrectly in order to win this kind of situation, because you just have to adjust your whole strategy, your moveset.
Well, I think it really drives home the point that there isn't necessarily a correct way to play a character. You're just playing against an opponent, okay? And you have a character to do that with, and they have a character too, and that of course informs the match. But you have to play against the opponent. That's who you're beating.
Yes.
You're beating like their avatar on screen, right? That has different options, but ultimately you're playing against the person, and different people require different tactics and strategies in order to get beaten. So.
All right, so do you want to get into this then?
Certainly.
You can just see and watch this here. I'll have their commentary pretty silent here.
Okay,
pretty
cool.
Quiet here, yeah. So
While F Word is talking about going on a reality TV show or something.
yeah,
I don't know what the deal
something
was.
called like X Factor.
Yeah. Okay, look, I already know. Okay, it's at 98 seconds. Look, there are matchups where maybe Ryu starts out with raw roundhouse hurricane kick. Okay. Certain fireball matchups, if it's Dalsum, I don't know. I mean, there are things where it's not crazy. It's rarely a good idea. Not crazy. Rufus is not one of those things.
Right.
Rufus, his options are not susceptible to that roundhouse hurricane kick.
Right.
And the stand short afterward is another tell. Okay.
Now, but
there's no reason to do stand short 0.
Right, but here's the interesting thing. He catches him with this overhead and then jabs him out of the air with a dive kick. He jabs him out of the dive kick.
Okay.
Now, if I am FSP at this moment, I am thinking this is either the most random Ryu or the smartest Ryu ever. At this point, I will still give FSP a little benefit of the doubt of being a little bit confused on.
It's 5 seconds into the round. Yeah.
Exactly where this guy is, right? So here he goes, and you see that
mashed out twice.
Right, mashed out.
And the reason you know is because there was the crouching jab before the dragon punch. It's very obvious.
That's not logical, even off of the whiff fears. That's just not what you want to do. But then here he goes. He jumps backwards and throws a fireball.
So for a little bit, it was the game that Rufus wanted to play. Or not wanted to, but expected to play. It was, Ryu's going to play D. He has fireballs and a dragon punch, and he has these normals, and he's going to keep me out. So he gets prepared for that.
Right.
Like, look what he does just after this. Focus. Why not? Because maybe he's expecting a fireball. Right? And if there was a fireball in the situation, he can get through it. He can hit Ryu. That's not a bad idea at all. If that's what Ryu's going to do. But it's not. It's not what Ryu's going to do.
And then if you saw it, you saw that, again, Ryu, Gandhi here, once he got him to the corner here, just a bunch of whiff jabs. Because he's trying to mash an uppercut. You can tell already now that this guy is a close proximity uppercut masher, right? But the problem is, once you start whiffing jabs, they chain into each other, so you can't cancel them anymore. So that's why you just see jab, 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 because he's spinning the joystick, but it's just not doing anything for him at that point. And so here we go. Okay, so he's in now, but then he misses his combo. That's fine. And see,
again, expecting fireball with that tornado.
Right. So he gets the EX Messiah here. Now, again, this is a very unexpected situation. A lot of people are going to be in this position that FSP is in, where you're just getting beat up. You see him whiffing a bunch of sweeps, getting hit by fireballs, getting hit by a bunch of stuff, because you're just wondering to yourself, what the hell is this guy doing? Is he really playing this way? And it's going to get a little bit of frustrated. You're going to get a little frustrated.
And this is a big moment, because this is the first knockdown that FSP has gotten.
Right.
And maybe the guy plays differently in neutral game versus waking up, and no, it's the dragon punch anyway.
Right, and it was really interesting because you saw it last time. He baited out the dragon punch. He has a slight read here that Gandhi is a uppercut masher here, right? So what does he do? He waits there and gets maximum punish. That's good stuff here.
That was definitely a good response.
But now here's the thing. If you know that the guy is an uppercut masher, why would you start taking to the air on a meaty situation? Because not only does he decide to dive kick there, but he decides to do a second dive kick.
Yeah, looking for crouch tech maybe.
Right, exactly. But you have to understand already, you're starting to assess your opponent. He's not going to be crouch teching. And so what does he do? He goes for a second dive kick and he gets hit by an uppercut. And keep this sequence in mind right here. Dive kick into second dive kick.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't stop doing it.
Right.
And he gets punished for it about 100% of the time.
And unless you think that we are treating this like there's like too much time has gone by, I mean, in reality, 31 seconds have gone by. Very, very little time. The commentators are already surprised. In the live stream, they were already surprised. When Gandhi did jump in Dragon Punch, Logan Sama was already like, what's going on? This doesn't make sense. So he understands already. Logan Sama does. I mean, he's not playing, but he understands already. F word, I'm sure does too. So this time has already gone by.
Yeah, even to the point where he jabbed him out of the dive kick very early on. Right when they started commentating, one of the first things they say is, "Wow, this Ryu is really random." So they already have that read, right? So they got that read within like 5-10 seconds of the match, right? So it's very
That's
possible.
how it has to be. You have to take these little cues that people give you.
Yeah.
Roundhouse hurricane kick into stand short. You got to take that as a cue.
But now here's the hardest part about this, right? Now, let's say you are FSP. I think he is kind of getting the idea that, this guy's a little bit of random here. But now this is where the nerves start kicking in. Because you're losing this first round. You're losing this first round to this guy who's obviously just kind of mashing around a little bit. And so quickly your emotions start to degenerate. Like you just start to like get nervous about this whole entire thing, right? We've commentated so many matches with Vi at Wednesday Night Fights or Combo Fiend. These two guys that happen the most at Wednesday Night Fights. You'll always see them either lose the first round or lose the first game. Because they run into someone who's not doing what they expect them to do. They do weird things and they lose it. And they're just like, whatever, I get you now. And then the next 2 games, they destroy him. Right? In fact, I think even that match that I analyzed last year, from that one player for Wednesday Night Fights, the first round he did pretty decently against Vi, and then all of a sudden Vi was just like, nope, you're done, right? And that's the thing, right? So in this position that FSP is, the first thing he has to do is compose himself, maybe even sacrifice this round. Like, okay, this round is done, I'm okay with that, let's regroup and figure out what's going on in the next round.
All right, well, let's see if he loses.
So here he goes.
Oh, that's... Hashtag kiss his fingertips. The best.
Such a good way to end that round.
The best.
Oh my gosh.
So just pause it. And let's talk about whether that was. I mean, you were getting towards this, but let's talk about whether that was a bad round.
Yeah.
Okay, he lost.
Right.
But that's not necessarily a bad round.
Yes.
Because it means that you have information now.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen how Gandhi starts out a round. It's very hard to predict what he's going to do. You've seen what Gandhi does when he gets knocked down. Dragon Punch.
Right.
You've seen what Gandhi does in the mid-range. Jump at you and Dragon Punch. Right? Those
right.
That's going to be the theme throughout this whole video. You guys already saw. That is what happens in the whole vid. And that information is already on the table. This doesn't have to be stuff that takes a game to learn. Again, I understand being in the moment. You mentioned the nerves. Totally understandable stuff. But this information is already out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That needs to be stuff that you pick up on.
And another thing, probably one of the most important things that you could probably pick up pretty easily from that first round is that the opponent is not doing anything based on what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, everything he's doing because he just wants to do it. He's not reacting to the jumps. He's not, like, trying to position himself. He's just like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do everything, right? So when you run into a player like this next round, win or lose in a 2 out of 3 situation, right? Because like I said, guys like Vi and Combo Fiend will lose the first game and come back and win the next 2, no problem. So if you're in this 2 out of 3 situation, this is the round now that you really test to see if this opponent is never going to adapt.
Right.
So do the obvious things all the time. Stop playing smart. Just do the obvious things and see if he adjusts. And if he doesn't, you win. Right? So,
right, theoretically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's take a break before we get
Oh,
back
yeah,
into it.
okay, no problem then.
All right, we'll be back with more about this match in just a bit.
All right, let me do something. There we go.
Before we get back into it, I just want to say that I'm not intending to make fun of either of these players. That is not the goal.
No.
FSP, after it happened, he posts on Gaff.
Yeah.
And he was pretty distraught about it. In fact, I asked him whether it was cool with him if we did this.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and he ultimately said yeah. That's not the intention. As far as Gandhi goes, I don't know anything about him. I haven't seen or heard of him since. But the intention is not to rip on him. Maybe someday he takes this a little bit more seriously and does well. He's just at a state in his playing level where he doesn't know the conventions yet. He doesn't know the big damage combos yet. He doesn't know positioning yet. I mean, he's a relatively new player, you can see. So this is just like a convenient example for teaching the things that we want to get across.
Because honestly, this is one of the skills that a lot of people run into, where they can't beat people better than them and they start losing to people worse to them. And it's probably one of the most frustrating situations. And it's something that not a lot of people talk about.
Has that ever happened to you? That you've lost
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lots of times.
Okay.
Lots of times. And it gets very frustrating, you know.
For me, there was this long stretch where I did really well. I got like top 3s and I won a lot if I made it past the second or third round.
Right.
But I didn't make it past the second or third round a lot. Like a good fifth of the time, maybe, like quarter of the time. It was like way more than it should have been for somebody who ultimately ended up getting like top 3 or winning. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just because I didn't have this skill set. I didn't know the things that FSP doesn't know. I was in his situation. And as a result, if somebody came at me like Gandhi, I wouldn't know what to do. I would continue doing the things that I would do against somebody who I thought knew what was going on.
Right.
That was just, as we're saying, not the right way to go about it. So
And-
it happens to everybody.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, the thing that exacerbates the problem the most is the frustration. When you know you're better than them and you're losing and you're just going, what the hell, and it's a very frustrating thing to have to deal with. So a lot of times before I got to the point where and you know what, it happened even just as recently as Street Fighter 4 Vanilla. When I first started playing online, I was losing to a lot of lariat mashing Zangief players, wake up uppercut Kens. I kept dying to wake up Ultra, and I was just like, God, why is this happening? And it was so frustrating. And I really had to revert my brain to the point where I was like, okay, there's no point taking these risks in these bad situations. Let's just play super solid. But at first I was losing to them all and I was getting super frustrated. And in fact, I think the period of time I was best at Street Fighter 4 was when I got over that and was doing really well in Vanilla Online.
Everybody who does well consistently has learned these skills.
Yeah.
It's something you have to learn over time. So
Yep.
Anyway, let's get back into the rest of the match. We're now in round 2 of game 1.
Yep.
And we talked about the information that has been put on the table.
So, he tried, at the beginning of the last round, he threw a fireball right away. So he went
It was Hurricane Kick.
Oh, it was Hurricane Kick.
So to start out with the spin, I think it's not that great of an idea.
Yeah, that's actually true.
It's another situation where FSP hasn't quite picked up on what Gandhi is likely to do. Not that you can be certain, but it's not going to be fireball.
Right.
Okay, and he did jump back fireball for whatever reason, but he didn't just do fireball at the start.
Well, here's the funny thing about jump back fireball. It's actually one of the premier beginner Shoto strategies. I mean, if you looked at that Ken flowchart from a long time ago, one of the things says jump back. Is the opponent near you? Yes. Shoryuken! Is he far away from you? Throw a Hadouken.
That's true.
If the opponent gets closer, did he get closer? No. Throw him another Hadouken. That's pretty much what it was, and that's exactly what Gandhi's doing.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, let's see how it progresses.
So jump backwards, throw a fireball, and then uppercut. Very standard technique, right?
That wasn't bad.
Yeah. So that's all good, and then he just goes in. And jump backwards, fireball again. Jump forward.
Well, he was looking for the jump toward from the opponent with that jump strong. You can punish that, and actually F-Word says so.
Yeah.
You can punish the sweep. Ryu's sweep is like -14. It's one of the it's one of the more punishable things in the game. You can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but see, that's one of those knowledge situations. Even if you don't know that, that's not like that shouldn't have been the difference of whether you won this game or not. It would have helped, obviously, right? But in those situations, there's definitely a lot more to it than that.
Right.
So let's go back here again. And so
jump roundhouse, slow roundhouse.
Yeah, here's another one. Jump fierce, and he misses his combo here.
All he needs to do is crouch medium kick into EX spin,
right?
Which is typically what Rufus is doing in that situation. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure why he decided to go for the hard knockdown. He shouldn't be trying to set up any meaty mix-ups, right? Like, who cares about that?
Yeah, I mean, it could have just been a range that he just didn't think other moves would connect, so he wanted to do the longest range move. And in that situation, that's like, whatever, he uppercutted me. But that's an important sequence there, because what it's teaching him now is that he likes to mash uppercuts in between hits, right? Which actually comes back to bite him, because there's a couple of times he tries to bait it and he doesn't uppercut, and I sympathize with FSP's frustration in that, but we'll see those in a little bit. So EX uppercut through there, and then
down strong EX
whiff jump attack, and then he's just mashing. So out comes low strong low jab into uppercut. Right?
Yeah, we'll see that a couple of times. Again, I want to talk about conventions and how Gandhi doesn't quite know them. we all have these conventions playing fighting games. Every fighting game has its own chicken blocking in Marvel. In Street Fighter, when the opponent does an empty jump, you do a grab, and the opponent does a grab, and you both tech, and you're back to neutral game. That's how it goes, right?
Yep. But here you go, jumping backwards in the fireball again.
Yeah,
and
Gandhi doesn't know.
Right,
so.
but see, you've already detected a pattern. Jump backwards fireball. If Rufus jumps and is not close enough to be uppercutted, Gandhi jumps forward. Like that's the repeated pattern here. Okay, here we go. He's got a knockdown. And see, already he's got the knockdown and he's going for Rufus cross-up dives. He's going for shenanigans. This is just, take that out of your game. Just get that out of your game because the dive kicks don't cause a lot of hit stun. Right? So forget it. Just don't even try. Just chill. Just let him get up and then do stuff afterwards. You know, see what he's doing.
Again.
Yep. Okay. And see, he swept him when he got up.
Right.
Even though he hit him, I still don't think that was a smart idea.
I agree, dude. That's like when a basketball player shoots an ill-advised three-pointer and like it goes in, like I guess.
Yeah, but you're still
probably shouldn't have done that.
It's still a bad shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, all right. So jump backwards, hurricane, whatever. Okay, jump back, gets the screen away, and throws a fireball. But see, like here's a situation here. Let me go back a little bit here. So when he goes over here, why is he jumping backwards?
I'm not sure.
Like, I don't understand the logic there. And so he ends up dive kicking into the fireball for some reason. The guy forward jumps, and he keeps trying to sweep at ranges. And, oh, man, he's
got a knockdown again. Ooh, he can mash out his own. EX Messiah or whatever.
Nothing.
Doesn't do it.
Gets a sweep, but that's fine. And then, okay, he loses in that situation. But again, he really wants to beat up Gandhi when he's getting up.
Right.
And so he went for EX Messiah because that would normally beat everything except for the EX uppercut.
Right, one of the few things that beats it.
Right. But again, stop doing stuff to him when he's getting up. Just stop. There's no reason to do something to him when he's getting up. And then there he just messed up his reversal. You saw, I think he tried something.
I don't know. I mean, look, if Ryu does jump roundhouse into sweep right there, I think that's a tight block string. I think the only way you get hit is if you're not blocking low.
Oh, yeah. No, the low jab, you saw the little reversal.
Afterward, yeah.
The low jab, you saw a reversal right there. Okay, so...
Game 1, in the books.
Bad mistake here for FSB. He jumped right back into the match. He's angry. He's frustrated. Take a deep breath, man. Take a deep breath.
One of the best things about this video is that you can see that he is frustrated.
Yes.
You can see both of their faces. The funniest thing in the whole vid is Gandhi like smiling to himself and like bobbing his head like, yeah. Yup. Like,
all right, so
jump
here
strong.
We go.
Second hits, dragon punch.
Let's talk about this a little bit because they start getting into this. You notice that Gandhi's forward jumping is a little erratic, right? One of the things about watching this video that becomes painfully uncomfortable to me is FSP's positioning.
Okay.
Because he's standing always at the perfect distance for Gandhi to jump at him. Right? So I'll keep pointing them out as it happens in the match. So he gets in here, can't do much of a combo. See, he's walking backwards. He was already in a perfect position, right? Let's watch from the beginning here.
Yeah, he could have had down strong.
All right, so boom, boom, boom. He's in perfect position right there. But he's walking backwards into the most unoptimal distance for Rufus because Rufus's only good anti-air is low strung. And yes, it's not a great anti-air. And yes, Rufuses aren't going to spend their lives low-strunging people out of the air.
Sometimes you gotta.
But at this point, exactly. So you gotta purposely walk into his jump range and just anti-air him and see if he ever stops jumping.
Right.
The worst thing that you can do is anti-air someone like 3 times and go, okay, he's going to stop jumping now.
Right.
And then they jump at you.
I definitely always do that 4th jump.
All right, so gets hit here. All right, let's punish him. Now he starts to get the idea a little bit. Yeah, baits it out. Tries to do... Okay, even though he's not going to get hit by that, he tried to do the short and the fierce link.
Right.
At this point in time, you're frustrated. You have to evaluate your own mood, right? Dive kick into fierce, probably not going to... It's a tighter link, right? So just do dive kick, low short, and a jab tornado. It's a combo. It's a good punish.
He could have just done stand fierce into spin.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what he did the previous time.
Right. but he wanted to do the maximum punish.
Yeah, I mean, Rufus doesn't get great big punishes unless he has Ultra, but that's the character.
But see, again, you went after him.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe. He's like, I baited him twice. He can't possibly uppercut the third time.
Right.
And he did.
There's that uppercut.
All right, so jump backwards, fireball. All right,
And then he waited this time.
Right.
He could have had a down medium kick or down jab, but he waited. He expected the Dragon Punch. This time it didn't come.
Right.
Okay? But I like that idea.
Yeah, but again, the thing about it is that's one of those things that you did right. It's like what they tell you in poker. If you make the right play, if you go all in with a bigger hand and the other guy sucks out, you can't be too mad because you have to know you played right and know in the long run you're going to benefit, right?
Yes.
So in that situation there, you get the jump fierce. You're like, I know you're mashing uppercut. Where's the uppercut? And he doesn't do it and he jumps backwards. You can react one of two ways. Like, oh, okay, I just didn't do that right, but at least I was testing him. Or, God damn it, why didn't he uppercut this time? And you know that's exactly what FSP is thinking at this moment, right? So,
again, anti-air missed.
And again,
Link missed.
Link. Stop going for the Link. Don't go for that Link.
Oh, you can knock him out of the air. He doesn't do it.
Yeah.
He does. I mean, even on top of all the stuff we've been mentioning, he does consistently give up opportunities for damage.
Right. And here, let's go back a little bit. Oops, I went back a little too far here.
That's cool. Just let it rock.
But you'll see again. Okay?
This time, by the way, he does the EX Messiah that time, which he didn't the first time, which is good.
Okay, so he's right here. Now, see, okay, let me go back for a second. Because this is huge right now. You know this guy is a jump happy guy. He's going to throw fireballs or he's going to jump a lot, right? So he gets up here. Watch where FSP walks to. This is the absolute worst distance you could be standing from Ryu.
Right.
Because if he throws a fireball, there's nothing you can do. If he jumps, there's nothing you can do.
Right.
But watch him. He dances at that distance, and when Ryu jumps at him, he can't really do anything. I mean, he gets this off here, which is interesting, but then again, he goes for the combo again. He misses it.
But he could have just had, if you were a little bit closer, he could have just had down strong.
And see, walking backwards into that unoptimal distance again, right? Because he's jumping all the time. And again, he's not jumping based on where you are. He's just jumping to jump.
Right.
And that's one of those assessments that we said early on you've got to catch, is that he's just jumping. So help him. Walk into your anti-air range, into his best jump distance, and let him jump at you and start anti-airing him. I don't think he anti-aired him once.
It was not until, I think, the third game
that he finally got
did
it.
it.
Okay. Yeah, but see, again, from that distance when Ryu throws a fireball, look, Rufus is at the worst distance possible. You can't do anything. So at that range, don't jump forward, neutral jump, dive kick over the fireball into optimal range.
And the thing is that I feel like FSP knows that. If you were playing against somebody who hadn't been flummoxing him in the way that Gandhi is, I feel like he probably knows, I shouldn't jump at Ryu from 3/4 screen after Ryu throws a fireball. I'm going to get Dragon Punch.
Right.
I should do a dive kick. I should just do a neutral jump. Things like that. I mean, there are these better options, but he's just been flummoxed a little bit.
Yeah. Oh my god, that is such a...
the jump strong again?
Crazy confirm into the EX fireball.
I know, dude.
Juggle, dude. It's so good. All right.
Again, if he were on the ground there, that could have been down strong.
But see, he keeps standing at that distance. And like I said, as a player watching this, like watching him dance in that worst distance possible is so uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
Like it gives me that kind of like worms are crawling over.
I know
feeling,
exactly the feeling, believe me. I really do.
Here we go, trade. But he's okay. He's in the lead here, so just got to be patient about it. And EX Messiah to anti-air. Wow.
Yeah, he could have had down strong, but I like that he waited there at the end. He let Gandhi do the wake up Dragon Punch that everybody knows was coming.
Yeah, but let's look at the most key thing in this situation here. Look at FSP. Look at him. He's just like,
ooh, the head shake.
He's shaking his head. He's frustrated. You saw him roll his eyes. I saw him roll his eyes there. He's just frustrated. And again, standing at the unoptimal distance again. Walk into his jump distance. Stay there. And you hear the commentators too. They're very frustrated.
Oh, God, no anti-air.
The commentators themselves were complaining about that. And see, you baited the uppercut out and then you jumped again.
He didn't think it was coming. That's all I can think.
Yeah.
No, you can't block that high like that.
Okay, punish time.
Okay, nice.
All right, here we go.
Here it comes. Everybody knows it.
Baits it out. Good stuff.
It's exactly what he needs
Goes
to
in
do.
here, baits it out.
Smart
Good
man.
Stuff. Yep. Goes up again, and I like it. He tries to bait it out again.
Again, though, he walked back too far.
Yeah.
He walked out of that anti-air range. Wow, that was the best.
That was, again, the mashing jabs, trying to get an uppercut out.
Oh,
okay.
Fine. He doesn't go for the kill.
Yeah, and then what does he do? Waits. Yes. Okay, smart. Okay. Now things are good. But again, he's still frustrated. Look at him.
Yeah, I mean, look, he got a grab punish on that. He could have just done fierce into spin for the win, but he's just in this mental state where he's not thinking about that stuff.
Yeah, and you can see it right there. After you take game 2, it should have been like, all right, we in there now. We in there, so we're good to go, right? But unfortunately, you could see him all
Right.
the what do you demonstrative hand gestures and stuff like
The
that.
gameplay looked better, but as far as his actual human body, it did not.
Yes. Okay.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back with more analyzing this match in just a bit.
All right.